Yesterday, Conor Benn took to social media to say the following. He added VADA testing in WBC boxing and said, quote, "I need to get on with my career. When will there be an explanation? My name deserves clearing and I can't keep waiting while you carry out your internal investigation." Right, unquote. And he went on to say, with regards to when he's going to be back in the ring, early next year. And he put up a hands praying emoji. Now, and in fact, before I do that, he also spoke about Gervonta Davis. He said, "Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, little man." And that's in reference to the fact that Gervonta Davis on social media a few weeks ago talked about, I think, Eddie Hearn allowing the Benn Eubank fight to go ahead when Conor Benn had failed a test, and he might have said some other things, I don't know. But Conor Benn's clapping back at him as well. Now, he has added VADA in the WBC. Eddie Hearn seems to want to focus on this WBC investigation, and Conor Benn is doing the same. As I said in a previous video, the least important thing is the WBC investigation, because the WBC cannot stop Conor Benn from boxing. All they can do is stop Conor Benn participating in WBC sanctioned bouts, i.e. bouts where there's some type of WBC title on the line, whether it's an international title or silver belt or whatever. You know, they've got a million different belts. They can't stop him boxing in any country. So to me, this seems like distraction from Team Benn and Eddie Hearn, constantly trying to get people to focus on the WBC, as if when the WBC conclude their investigation and whatever conclusion they draw, that's supposed to be definitive. No, it's not definitive. Right? We want to hear from UKAD. We want to hear from the British Boxing Board of Control. And yes, we do want to hear from VADA. He referenced VADA, but of course VADA did the testing for the WBC, the first test that Conor Benn failed. No, we want to hear about the second test and understand VADA don't investigate. It's UKAD that investigate, and UKAD apparently are supposed to be liaising with VADA and getting information off them with regards to the failure of the second test. So that's what people, in my view, should be focusing on. I think that this WBC thing is a distraction by Team Benn and Eddie Hearn. If he isn't cleared by UKAD and the British Boxing Board of Control, then any idea that he's been exonerated and all this kind of stuff is laughable. So just a quick one on that. Now, I've mentioned in the past that Conor Benn's PR team, if he has a PR team, I'm assuming he does, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're doing a terrible job. I think they're doing a horrendous job, because whenever this guy puts out a statement, it comes with the promise of evidence and clearing his name, etc., etc., etc. But then that never gets delivered. We hear these statements he puts out, and he's done these interviews with the papers, promising evidence for weeks and weeks and weeks, and none has been forthcoming. That just makes you look foolish. That just, in the eyes of some people, makes you look guilty if you keep promising something and don't deliver it. Maybe there are lawyers behind the scenes telling him, oh yeah, there's going to be evidence coming out this week. Maybe he is getting false hope or premature hope from his lawyers. I don't know. But either way, until the evidence that he claims he has to clear his name is ready to be put out to the public, then he shouldn't be promising people evidence. Yeah? That's my take on it. Give me your take in the comment section below. The latest on this Conor Benn situation. It's not looking good. And as Eubank Jr. said the other day, Conor Benn, I think, whether he gets exonerated or whether he has to serve a ban, is going to have to play the bad guy role, because regardless of what happens, regardless what evidence is produced, many people are just going to believe he's guilty either way. And therefore, how's he going to play that? If he keeps on trying to butt heads with the public, it's not going to work. And, well, you could say that he's going to turn into the villain anyway, right? Whether he likes it or not. But my point is, maybe he should embrace it. And he did speak about that in, not long after the situation happened. He started saying that there's been certain times when he's felt like he should just go full heel. I think that's probably the way to go. Go full heel, embrace it, own it, and go and fight somebody of note. And if you can get a win, then I'm sure all will be forgiven in the eyes of many boxing fans. That's how it works. People have short memories. And if you can, let's say, go over to America and beat one of the major fighters, major welterweights, which presumably would be an upset. Let's say he went over there and beat Virgil Ortiz, for example. I'm not saying that he would, but in a hypothetical scenario, if he did that, do you think all those people who are upset with him in the UK would remain upset if he was to beat a Virgil Ortiz and beat him convincingly? Just a question. Let me know what you guys think.